Hi, Joe Rollin here. I'm here to tell you a story about hitting a moose with my vehicle. This happened many years back. I was a lot younger than I am now. So basically, the way the story goes, and it's a true story, is I was working Friday afternoon. I was going up later up to my brother's camp fishing. It's up north, about an hour and 15, 20-minute drive. Uh, so I got off work late. By the time I had supper and loaded up my vehicle, I had up was starting to, it was around dusk. And I had a Chev Blazer. I'm trying to think what the year, it'd be in the 70s, early mid-size, 4x4. As I left my house, I had a funny feeling. I don't know. I even told the wife that. I said, "It's just weird feeling." So as I got up, after a certain part of the journey, once you leave, I'm in Sudbury, and one side in Valcarran. Once you leave there, you get to a point where it's called Cartier. From Cartier to, they call it the watershed. It's all bush except for a halfway. There's a provincial park that's called Halfway, which is probably close to halfway actually. So basically, I had a four-wheel drive. Like I said, it was a Jimmy in the 70s or 80s. As I passed the park, it was fall time, so the park was actually closed. So as I was going up, heading up the road, highway fishing, it's just a very narrow two-lane highway. I had a funny feeling that something was telling me to slow down. Weird feeling. And I did slow down about 10 miles difference. And as I went over top of a hill, it was guardrails on both sides. As I started to go down the hill, there was two moose standing in the road, a mother and uh, baby moose, I guess you'd call it. Anyway, they were standing in the middle of the road. I had no other option but to hit the moose. Of course, I had to hit the bigger moose. And the way it worked is, thank God it happened the way it did. I hit the moose right underneath the belly, right in the middle of my hood. It rolled the moose back onto my car. The moose actually pushed the windshield into the steering wheel. I slammed the brakes on. I mean, but by that time I would had already hit the moose. And then when I did slam the brakes on, the moose fell onto the ground. The moose was still alive, had broken its back. Actually, it came so high up, I had roof racks on the back. It dented the roof racks with its legs. Now, if the legs had to come through the windshield, I wouldn't be here telling you the story. Anyway, the moose lay on the road. It was still alive, and the calf went down. Baby moose calf went down to the ditch to, I guess, wait for its mother. But the moose had a broken back. So I basically, a car stopped by to check to see how I was doing, and actually the moose was in the middle of the road, so the car had to go around the moose. So I got to uh, the guy called the OPP cops, and within about half hour, 45 minutes, a police car showed up. And the weird part was I knew the police officer. I worked with his wife, and he kind of joked. He said, "Hunting early this year, eh?" I said, "Thanks, no." And something about if I wanted the moose, I could clean the moose and keep it. I said, "No, I'm in no mood to get a moose." I got down and kissed the ground, and it was still alive. Anyway, uh, I told the cop, I said, if you want, like, when what they can will do is donate it to a needy family. So I kind of teased the cop. I said, "Oh, by the way, I'll